All right, so today you're going to be working on part two, gathering more evidence about velocity. So the directions are this. It says, use the force and motion simulation to determine how to exert a force to cause an object's velocity to change in each of the 5 ways. Remember the word velocity, it's related to speed, but it's a little bit more. Velocity means speed plus direction. So when you hear the word velocity, that's what they're talking about. All right. So number 2 says use one of these options to describe the force in the table. Same direction as object's motion, opposite direction as object's motion, or any direction. So what we want to do for this is we want to get an object for number 1 to start moving, and we need to figure out what direction we have to apply that force on the object. Okay. So we're going to be using the simulation again for this second part, and I have, conveniently right here, a stationary object. So I need to get object A to start moving. All right, so I'm going to start putting some other objects out there. Okay, so I have object B out there, same mass in kilograms, 1 kilogram. And I'm going to send this at object A with a horizontal velocity of 5 centimeters per second to the left. Okay, so let's just do that. And let's run. And you can see we got object A to start moving. Okay, so there's that. Let's go back to build. I'm going to rebuild. So yes, I could say that it is, you could send it horizontal to the left. But what if we moved object B and then had some vertical velocity of -5 centimeters per second. I mean, just down. Okay. All right. Let's see if we can run that. All right. We got object A to start moving again. So you can see that I have at least 2 directions that if I send object B into object A will cause object A to start moving. Let's go back to build again. And you might be starting to get the idea at this point. Okay, let's just try a different horizontal velocity. Now we're sending the object B to the right. Okay, let's go ahead and run that. Again, we got object A to start moving. Right, so I hope that at this point you're starting to kind of get the idea that it could be any direction. Okay, so get an object to start moving, we would say any direction, and then just type it in here. Okay. All right. So to get an object to, then you would move down. To get an object to speed up. All right. So let's go back to build. Let's send let's do something with A. Let's have A moving rather slowly at a velocity of 1 centimeter per second to the right of our page. And let's have B with the velocities in the same direction to the right of our page with 10 centimeter per second velocity. And let's just see what happens there. Okay, so remember the velocity now is they're both objects are traveling in the same direction. Let's see what happens when we run this. Okay, so it's pretty quick to see, but we can click on the analyze. All right, so you can see that object A began with a horizontal velocity of 1 centimeter per second. Once it was impacted by object B, it actually increased its velocity to 10 centimeters per second. So we can see when we have an impact in the same direction, we could cause an object to speed up. Okay, but you have to do some more investigation. Can you get it to happen other ways? So you might want to then investigate. Let's go back to build. Like, what if A was moving slowly towards object B? Okay, so then B would be traveling in the opposite direction. Well, let's just see what would happen. Would A speed up again? Let's see. All right, so again, it happens quickly, this collision, so it's hard to see, but let's click on the Analyze. All right, so here's what happened with object A. It was started out traveling 1 centimeter per second to the left, was then impacted by object B, and began traveling the opposite direction at a velocity of 10 centimeters per second. So again, we did cause object A to speed up with something happening a little different this time. So when I went to my worksheet, I would actually say I caused object A to speed up with both of these. I had, these two. I was able to speed up object A by applying a force in the same direction as the object's motion. And I was also able to get object A to speed up by applying a force in the opposite direction. So when I did my answer key down here, or my answers in, it would actually be both of those highlighted right here. So where you pick up then is you need to figure out how to get an object to slow down, stop moving, and move in the opposite direction. Okay, so those are 3 more that you'll need to do. All right, good luck with that. Please ask your teachers if you have any questions.